This is a Fox San Antonio halftime game break.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for catching us on YouTube. Tonight, I'm Camilla Rambaldi. We are doing Fox News at 9 live here on YouTube during the Baseball World Series while it airs on Fox. But we will still have a new and extended newscast for you live right here after the game. We are following breaking news right now at this hour, a shooting at Northstar Mall. Fox SA Stephanie Esquivel joining us live from the scene right now. Stephanie, this is a very active scene. What are you learning right now?
Well, we have not been briefed by San Antonio police yet. That call for an active shooter came in at around 8, and when we arrived, we were actually closer to the mall. Inside the fenced area, we were asked to step further away, but as you guys can see, there is a very heavy first responder presence. Not only is San Antonio police here, we're also seeing fire trucks, we're seeing ambulances. Now, since we arrived, I've also seen the San Antonio police helicopter circling the mall non-stop. It hasn't stopped yet. And we also know there are police officers almost at every single door going in and out of the mall. So far, we just moments ago saw a very large group of officers go into the Macy's. They were wearing heavy body armor, and moments after that, I did speak to one of the Macy's employees who tells me that the department store has been cleared out by police. Again, we have not been briefed by San Antonio police yet, and that is what I know so far. For now, reporting live in San Antonio, I'm Stephanie Esquivel for Fox SA.
Well, things turned out to be a little bit warmer today than what we're expecting, so it wasn't too bad, but it was a little bit of a chilly start today. So, hey, looks like you needed your jackets for most of the day. We didn't see too much in the way of rain, but we did get sunshine as we kind of said it would come out. The big thing for tonight, though, is a freeze warning, particularly back out toward the hill country. So if you're up in these counties right there, you can see them right in that region, all the way from Kerrville back over to Rock Springs, Campwood, Utopia, back over to Hondo. We got a freeze warning till 10 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday. Right now, yeah, it's a little nippy. We're at 51 degrees. Not too bad for trick-or-treaters. The dew point comes in at 30. We're looking at good radiational cooling tonight. That means any sunshine we got today, any heat we had today disappears quickly. We're looking probably somewhere around 39, maybe 40 in the morning. Good news is we'll see more sunshine tomorrow, so that means we're going to warm up pretty much like we did today, somewhere around 61, 62. So it'll be a pretty nice day overall. And if we look forward in time, we're still looking at 80 degrees coming up for the weekend.
All right, Alex, thanks so much. Let's get to some stories new at 9 tonight. A domestic violence call turns into a SWAT situation on the northwest side earlier today. It happened at an apartment complex off Cinnamon Creek Drive near Fredericksburg Road. The woman who called police says she was being held against her will by her boyfriend who was armed. Police say he had an active arrest warrant. After about an hour, the suspect was taken into custody. Two teen murder suspects are in jail tonight. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office says they were involved in a drive-by shooting last October where the wrong house was targeted. A woman was killed and another injured. The Sheriff's Office says both teens were bragging about the shooting on social media. Right now, the Sheriff's Office is searching for a missing 13-year-old. Zoe Ramos hasn't been seen in 2 weeks. Last time was in far west Bexar County. She has brown hair, brown eyes, and has red highlights in her hair. Call the Bexar County Sheriff's Office if you have any information. Right now, we have our investigative reporter Jordan Elder joining us with a look at what she's working on tonight. We are breaking down Border Patrol crossing numbers. Jordan, good evening.
Hi, Camilla. We hear it over and over that border crossings are higher under President Biden than they've ever been before. But our analysis shows those numbers can be a little bit misleading. Tonight, we're going all the way back to 2009. Looking at how many apprehensions and encounters Border Patrol is having with migrants. One thing we learned as we looked into this was that there was a big change in tracking back in 2020. Under Title 42, Border Patrol started reporting encounters rather than apprehensions, and that led to a huge increase in the numbers. Aaron Reichland-Melnick with the American Immigration Council explains why.
During the years that Title 42 were in effect, we saw that about 1 in 3 people who crossed the border between ports of entry and were taken into custody by Border Patrol were people who were on their second or higher attempt to cross the border, which very significantly drove up crossings.
He says those repeat crossings account for more than 1 million apprehensions during that time period. After the game, we're going to walk you through a couple other changes that we found in these numbers and why some lawmakers say this is still a cause for concern.
Melissa Vega at the live desk. Well, happening right now, police are investigating after SAPD's bomb squad was called out to the rim tonight after what a customer found in the parking lot. So here is what we know tonight. According to SAPD, police say that a customer was walking out of the Bass Pro Shops and saw what they believe to be a grenade and some shell casings in the parking lot. The customer alerted the store. Police were dispatched. Responding officers called in SAPD's bomb squad. The area of the parking lot was blocked off, but police say the grenade was not real. They don't know if someone was trying to play a prank on Halloween night. They say this is serious and police will be destroying that device as well. Now, we are also learning that police say that the stores were not impacted. We're told the detectives may be looking at surveillance cameras out there. They also say that the customer did the right thing. If you see something, say something. Camilla?
Melissa, thank you. Here at Fox SA, our Yami Vian is always investigating a story for you, from stories on the border to stories on the foster care system in the state of Texas. She is your girl. And our Yami Vian joining us live here tonight on YouTube. And next week, Yami, I know you are investigating ankle monitors.
Yes.
Tell us what you have so far and what we can expect next week.
Well, this particular case that we're going to use, I've been following it for about a year. 4 times one person has cut off that ankle monitor. The family has had to go into hiding. They're trying to be proactive and keep themselves and their young grandson safe because the man has made threats to kill them all. So this is one of the stories that we're following, but there's so many of them. There's shootings that we have covered that people are out on the ankle monitor, and this has been a huge issue with the DA's office. So who decides it? What happens? And this woman is so brave. She wanted to come out and speak out about this because she is not the type of person. Most people go, well, it's a family with issues. She is not that. She is an individual who works at a real estate company, older woman, established in the community, and she says she cannot believe that she's having to live in hiding from this one man. So we're going to talk to her. We're going to show you the story next week. We're going to look at the numbers. We're also going to show you the ankle monitors because, believe it or not, I have been downtown and I have found 2 ankle monitors that people just cut off and they left them there. So we want to know exactly how long does it take, you know, once they cut it off, how long will it take for someone to get there and go and pick it up? Yeah, it's a whole process. So if this is not working the right way, what needs to be done? What are other states doing? How can it be any better so that the victims don't feel like they're the suspect?
You'll be answering those questions for us next week. And of course, you have your immigration the podcast, your immigration podcast. What else can we expect there?
So tonight, after the game, and we're not going to talk about that. The score is incredible on that game, but after the game finishes, we're then going to go out with DPS's brush unit. We were very lucky to be allowed to go out with them, and what you're going to see right there is some of what we went through that night. I still can't believe we were out there.
Yami, thank you so much. We appreciate you. And again, stay tuned for your immigration podcast.
Correct. The immigration podcast. We're really proud of it. It is, we've been doing this for over a year. We do it in Spanish. We do it in English. We won an Edward R. Murrow. To me, that's even better than getting an Emmy. You know, because that's really people in your industry that say you're doing a good job. So that little podcast that won an Edward R. Murrow, and it's called Immigration Crisis, The Fight for the Southern Border. And if you speak Spanish or you're learning Spanish, you can listen to it. Sometimes it's a little different when people aren't bilingual. We only do it in Spanish. And then I find someone else for another topic within immigration that can do also the podcast in Spanish. So you learn a little bit and you hear all sides. That's the thing with the podcast that we love is while you and I are here, we have a certain amount of time.
Home,
yeah. And when you do a podcast, you can take more time and the story can breathe. So please listen in.
So make sure to download it. Yami, thank you so much. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more headlines, weather, and trending stories right here on YouTube.
There's a unique feel to our city. If you grew up here, you know what it is. If you're new, you're already learning. It's a melting pot of cultures, all sharing a common pride. We care about family and our unmatched blend of music, food, and celebrations. Our history spans centuries. It's our missions, our team, the Riverwalk, and beyond. At Fox SA, that's what we stand for. Those are the stories we tell. Because here, we are all puro San Antonio.
We take you out at night with DPS's brush unit to see how they're protecting us while most of us are sleeping.
Yami Vian investigates Tuesday. Fox News at 9 is San Antonio's primetime news leader with Yami Vian's award-winning investigations.
These many people crossed probably within the last hour and a half.
Darian Trotter's problem solver.
We reached out to code enforcement about the vacant lot.
Ryan Wolf's Cash for Kindness.
You know what time it is? Cash for kindness time.
Exclusive stories you'll only see here on Fox News at 9. Puro San Antonio. Rain or shine, get your school bus forecast with Brad Souter. Weekday mornings on Fox News First. Your only local newscast on from 7 to 9. You're watching Fox News at 9 with Brian Wolf, Camilla Rambaldi, Chief Meteorologist Alex Garcia, and investigative reporting by Yami Vian. Fox SA News at 9. Puro San Antonio.
Welcome back to Fox News at 9 YouTube edition. We want to get you caught up on the news of the day before our full newscast after the World Series on Fox SA. So let's get you to some of the stories developing right now that we are. Crazy rescue in South Florida. A pilot was rescued from the wing of a plane after it crashed into the Everglades. The man spent 9 hours in the swamp before he was saved. Rescue crews dropped down from a helicopter, lifting him up to safety. Right now, a massive migrant caravan is making its way across Mexico. They are traveling on foot, trying to get into the U.S. In Waco, some heavy rain during the middle of a performance causing some major damage to Churchill's high school marching band instruments there. The band finished the performance, but at least $27,000 worth of damage was done. If you want to help the band get their instruments, find the story on foxsanantonio.com. Closer to home is CPS Energy's board meeting about this upcoming winter weather today. This comes as CPS Energy wants a rate hike that could go into effect early next year. Early estimates show your utility bill could increase as much as 5%. The money would help update and improve the utility's infrastructure and technology. Let's go ahead now and check back in with Alex. It was sure a chilly night for all of those trick-or-treaters, but it will be warming back up again tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. You know, tonight, if they were out in those little thin costumes, things were a little chilly. And we're going to be probably needing to turn on the heat again tomorrow morning because the big story is we've got a freeze warning in effect. That's right, freeze warning, and that extends all the way out there. But notice, it's not Bexar County. It's just the counties around us. It goes out till about 10 o'clock in the morning. That means when you wake up early, things could get a little chilly. We could see 33, 32 up to the north, 41, maybe down into the 30s up into northern Bexar County. We'll be doing the numbers here in just a bit. 39, we're thinking in the morning at 8 o'clock, 53 by noon. Then later in the afternoon, what a nice little warm up. We'll have plenty of sunshine and somewhere around 62, 64 degrees could be the region out across the area. Not looking for much in the way of rain over the next few days, so it's really drying up. The big thing is we're warming up. Look at that Saturday and Sunday temperature.
All right, you'll still need that jacket out there tonight. Alex, thank you. In the Halloween spirit, young patients at Baptist Children's Hospital getting a special visit from superheroes today. Take a look. The SAPD SWAT unit hosted its 9th annual superhero drop, offering some Halloween spirit. We caught up with Captain America that you see here and asked what events like this mean to him.
It's a great way for us to give back to the community and really brighten a smile on some of these children's faces. It's unfortunate they can't be home on Halloween or go trick-or-treating, so if we can bring a smile to them, then that really makes it worthwhile for us.
SWAT officers were joined by the fire department rescue team members rappelling down the North Central Baptist Hospital. Seniors were also getting into the spirit today thanks to the Gonzaga Medical Group. About 200 bags of treats were being distributed at Normoyle Park. We caught up with organizers who tell us why events like these are so important for the community.
We believe in giving back, but also on engaging the people that we take care of with our activities. This is not just about providing health care, it's about providing also opportunities for our seniors to get out and participate and do other activities.
Let's now check out the stories trending right here in San Antonio. We have a list of what you've been checking out on foxsanantonio.com. Crime Stoppers is offering up to $5,000 for any information that helps track down whoever killed these two men. Back on July 21st, San Antonio police say the two were meeting up with someone at an apartment complex on Lock Hill Selma Road on the north side. That's when they were shot. Their bodies were found 4 days later on the far south side. A man is hit and killed by a car on the west side last night off Highway 90. Police are looking for that driver right now as that investigation continues. A woman in New Braunfels upholding a Halloween tradition. She transformed her home into a Harry Potter wonderland. She creates the decorations and detailed setup with the help of her family to bring the community together in a magical way. Really cool to see that. If you want to stay in the know, we've got you covered here on Fox SA. Just download our free app, search KABB in the App Store. And hey, so many of you have been sharing your Halloween photos with us. Check them out right here on your screen. We love seeing your costumes, your families, and of course, your pets all dressed up for the holidays. So keep sending those in. Just go to foxsanantonio.com and click on the Chime In tab. The Cowboys is set to take on the best teams in their conference, and it's a familiar foe too. Plus, a huge blow for the Rangers, who are trying to secure a second consecutive World Series title for the state of Texas. Our Chuck Mikatinik has you covered in Maximum Sports.
If the Rangers are to go on to win 2 more games in the World Series and win a title, they will have done it without Max Scherzer and Adolis Garcia. MLB approves 2 roster positions for the Rangers as a result of their injury sustained in Game 3. Garcia replaced by infielder-outfielder Ezekiel Duran, and Scherzer will be replaced by left-handed pitcher Brock Burke. Scherzer and Garcia officially out the rest of the World Series. Hard to believe, but the NFL trade deadline came and went, and the Cowboys didn't make any moves. So they'll roll with what they've got the rest of the season, and obviously a pretty talented team as is, sitting here with a 5-2 record. Only the Lions and Eagles have better records. Speaking of the Eagles, that's who's coming up next. A win for the Cowboys would pull them to within a half game of those guys in the standings, and for the time being, give them the tiebreaker edge. Sauce for the goose. Even if both teams had a losing record, it'd still be a great Philly week.
We're playing the number 1 team ranked right now in the NFL, and is in my view. And so when we played San Francisco when they were number 1 and got it handed to us. So we need to have a better accounting, hopefully, than we did against San Francisco when we went out there.
Cowboys and Eagles, Sunday at 3:25 here on Fox SA. Zach Hedrick will have reports from the locker room later that night on Maximum Sports.
Our thanks to Chuck for that. That wraps up our YouTube newscast, and we will have the very latest for you coming up after the game on that shooting investigation on the north side. And a reminder, we will be live again tomorrow at 9 right here on YouTube. Thanks for joining us. I'm Camilla Rambaldi. We'll see you after Game 4. And make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch our YouTube newscasts and all other content. Have a great evening.